Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and our weekly update on the news, our Today in Tarkov, or TIT, as the community so lovingly calls them. Big week. There was actually a lot that happened this week, a lot to go over, so let's not waste any more time and get right into the news. All right, so first things first, there is a spring sale right now on pre-orders, just getting the game, and upgrades. So it's 20% off. It started today, 10 a.m. BST, today the 31st, and it goes till April 3rd at 10 a.m. BST, which is British summertime. So I'll let you do your conversions off of that. Just make sure April 3rd, British summertime, if you're looking to get a buddy into the game or you've been holding off on an upgrade, here's a chance to do it at a little bit of a cheaper price. In addition to this, not so good news, the breaking news section of the launcher had some kind of exploit or whatever. It was attacked. Some people say hack. I think that might be too strong of a word. But it was the game client launcher, if you will, this thing here. Here's a screenshot of what it looked like with obviously the websites blurred out, simply because nobody needs to be going to look at those. It was compromised for, I think, an hour, so I don't know exactly how long it was, but they had it fixed pretty quick. And it doesn't seem like there was any long-lasting effects, but you do you. Make sure you take care of yourself security-wise if you're worried about anything. Just wanted to point that out for anybody who didn't know. We heard from Dimitri, which we don't hear from very often. He is the head of PR for Battlestate Games. You can see right there. But he's not very forward-facing, I guess. Head of PR, but we don't hear from him specifically a lot. But he said just some words. We did many things lately, different changes, fixes, improvements, which I'm pretty sure he's talking about things like recoil and the weight system and all those kind of changes, flea market fee, that whatnot. But he also said some new will be included in the upcoming updates. We'll keep you informed, more to come. I don't want to say it's a whole lot of nothing, but it's communication. It's saying, hey, we're working on stuff. There's more things coming. It's just kind of priming the pump, if you will. Nothing major, but wanted to point it out in case somebody missed it or didn't know who Dimitri was. With this, we also got a bunch of crafting changes, really good changes. So basically they made a bunch of ammo crafts, either cheaper, faster, or both. And this was done with SS190, P90 ammo, 45 AP, 9x21 BT, which is the Gryza ammo, the shrimp or the shrump, depending on who you ask. 9x39 SPP got changed. PS12B, which is for the Ash 12 or the RSH 12, and then APSX. We'll take a quick look here. I'll hop in the hideout, kind of show you guys what the changes are. Now I have really high hideout management, so my times are going to be much faster than most. Keep that in mind. I'm almost 50, but if we go look at some of the crafts for like APSX, for example, is down to 6 hours, but my production time's reduced by 37% almost, so it's probably somewhere around 10 hours maybe. I'm doing math in my head really quickly. Maybe 10 hours, 11 hours, whatever it is, where it used to be like 24 or 25. SPP was made a lot cheaper. What was one of the other big ones that they changed? PBP, the Ash 12 ammo was made a lot faster. And then they made 45 AP cheaper, which was kind of an SS190 cheaper, which is a big deal simply because, and faster, because these crafts didn't really make much sense. But having 150 now versus I think 80 means that you get more bang for your buck, and maybe we'll see people running vectors with AP again. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how this plays out. SS190 was also made faster and a little bit more productive to craft. In addition to that, they also changed the Violet card craft, which I can't show you exactly. Oh, you know what? I can. I got it right here. It is now one UHF RFID reader, 10 labs cards, 1 yellow card, 4 intels, and 1 secured magnetic tape, which is what it used to be, was 1 RFID reader, 12 labs cards, 3 yellow cards, 4 folders, and that. Still 132-hour craft, but they made yellow cards got a lot cheaper this wipe. I think actually last wipe, because they buffed the room, made it actually worth going in there. So it made it almost impossible for this craft to make sense, where it is not now. It is actually meaningful. In addition, we got some pictures of Streets teasers. Now you might say, well, we've already got Streets. We've got a part of Streets, so keep that in mind. Streets is going to be an ongoing iteration. We got a piece of it. Now, we don't know if this is a small piece, a big piece, whatever it may be. These pictures could be stuff that's inside the area we're already in. It's just more buildings we get into. We don't know. So all of that out of the first, I want to point that out. Also, these pictures look amazing. Now, this could be run on a $10,000 computer and be in-game shots. These could be edited in post effects. I say post effects, but they took the screenshot and then buttered them up in Photoshop, or they ran them in a different engine. Who knows? They look pretty they look pretty much in-game to me. They look really good, and that could also be, and I kind of joked about it here, you know, I said it might be because I was sick yesterday, it might be my fever, but these look different. They could be because of the new engine, could be because of Unit 21 or some changes they're making to lighting, but either way, they look pretty good. Not a lot in these first two pictures at the schoolhouse. I ran around the streets. I couldn't find anywhere that matched this outside building or looked anything like these areas per se. So to me, it says this is new areas. We're going to get they're going to add to streets and make it a little bit bigger, which the map runs rough, I don't think I need to explain that to anybody. So adding size to it, hopefully that comes with performance fixes. Another picture of an alleyway on Kamava Street. Though these street signs are weird, they don't necessarily line up with what street they're on, so who knows where this is actually at. And then the big important picture is the office. And the reason this office is super important is right here on this laptop, we see labs. So this is somebody working for Terra Group, more than likely, has something to do with labs, know where it's at. Fancy office, so more lore stuff there involved on that side of things. But that's it for the pictures. Another update, we've been getting these once a week now. It seems like they're going to do them on Fridays, which is cool. Another 4,300 cheaters have been banned in the last week, in the last 7 days since the 24th. The one last week was 5,700, so a little bit less. I went back and counted them up, and I don't think I missed any of them, but it looks like they've banned 22,500 people since BSG started posting these again. According to BSG, this is just they didn't just start banning people, they started posting things. So it's not like the bans are new. So basically in a month, give or take, they've banned 23,000 people. So you guys can do what you want. There's all sorts of conspiracy theories out there. I don't even want to touch on them. Believe what you want. I'm just here to show it to you. Again, we'll put the spreadsheet. You can go look through for people. I have TTV found here. There were 2 guys that I reported that were on this list. When I report people or have somebody super suspicious, I make sure to write their name down to see if they make the list. It's just to make me feel better until we get the feedback option from that. On top of this, though, I want to point out there was an interview. Goatmoth, which everybody knows who that is by now, I'm sure. Veritas and One Peg, all 3 sat down with the project lead of development of, and I might have got that wrong, but Valorant's Vanguard and anti-cheat. He was one of the guys that was part of the developing that entire anti-cheat for Valorant, which is one of the best in the industry for many reasons, and he gets into it. It is an incredibly insightful interview, podcast, whatever you want to call it. They talked for quite a while. Pretty cool dude, had a lot to say that I think should be required viewing for anybody who wants to have discussions about cheating, because not only does he clarify a lot of what is real and what isn't, what is possible, what isn't possible, but he lays the groundwork for where the industry needs to go, where he believes it needs to go to combat cheating and fix it. And one of the guy's backstory, he used to be a cheat developer. He was consider a hacker that was a bad guy and then goes to work for the FBI. He's kind of the same kind of deal, right? He made cheats and then he got into the anti-cheat business. Now, I learned a ton, and I've done a ton of research on this. I learned a ton listening to this guy. It verified some of the things that I already kind of presumed or came to conclusions through my own thought processes. But there was also some stuff that he completely turned on its head that I had always thought about. So again, I recommend go watching it. Again, Goatmoth, One Peg, or Veritas, any of their YouTube channels, they all 3 have videos, I believe, on it. So go check those out. Now, the last thing I just want to mention, simply because I mentioned it last week, I don't want people to accuse me of market manipulation or anything crazy like that, which they do anyways. I dumped all my sugar. I've sold it all. I sold it at $59.5 on, I forget which day it was. It might have been Tuesday, but it's all gone. So if you've been holding on to your sugar, I'm trying to find some. Let me just search it. We'll see what it's at right now. It goes on these weird spikes. You'll see it sit around 50K, but then all of a sudden it'll run up to 59. And that's what I did. I just dumped mine at 59. I'm out of the sugar business. I'm happy to be so, because simply I got tired of having holdings full of stuff. So Just letting you guys know that's what I did. Oh, real quick, I almost totally forgot before we run off. I always got to shout out my music so everybody knows it's out there. We produce it it's for free for everybody to listen to on Spotify. So it helps us the most, though. It's available on most places. Free to listen to. We've got 160 songs, various albums, couple of different genres. It is out there for content creators to use, free of DMCA or copyright strikes. As long as you attribute us, you can use it in your streams, you can use it in your YouTube videos, have at it. You can access it on SoundCloud if that's where you want to download it. That's where it's at, but it's there for you guys to use. It supports me as a content creator, so please go check it out. Let me know what music you like. Make sure to follow it, like it. If we can get up to 350 listeners per day, then we can make another album. That's kind of where we're at right now. We're sitting waiting for that goal, so if we can reach that, thank you guys obviously for doing that, but then we can get another album made. But we'll wrap it up there in the library where everybody likes it, because, you know, the books that are super important. Nobody paying attention over here. There's nothing to see over here. Thank you guys for watching. I wish you the best of luck in your raids. We'll talk to you next week, and we'll see you in Tarkov.